Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday, so just one more day until the market is open. And today I'm going to be talking about something that I've been noticing with stocks or companies that are massive and always improve, all right? These stocks, such as Tesla, right? First, Tesla started off, it's like kind of like a niche player, right? It just had the old Roadster back then. I actually used to work at Stanford back then, and I see one of the people that I worked with had one of the old Roadsters, and this was a while back, and I've seen that car. I'm like, oh, this car's nice, right? And Tesla was only selling that car, and then they started selling the Model S, then the Model X, and the Model 3, right? And if you were an investor back then, maybe back then you would have seen Tesla just like a small company, right? Struggling. Then you started seeing that they started to come out with new products, and maybe you had a thesis back then that maybe they can sell maybe 100,000 of these luxury cars and stuff like that. And then you see that eventually had enough money to start with the Model 3, and the Model 3 is kind of like uh, the moneymaker of Tesla, that where most people just buy the Model 3 because it's the cheapest car, and it's probably one of the best cars out there right now in terms of value, because you get basically a car that's electric, has a good amount of range for a good price, right? And then they start selling. Guess what? They're selling now. They're gonna start selling the Cybertruck, right? And they're gonna start selling the semis, right? And you would have never thought that Tesla, maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, would have started selling these things. But as time goes on, these companies that are big, that are innovative, they don't stop growing. They try to find the next new thing. Like maybe Tesla is obviously not going to be done. Like right now, we all have thesis that with all the information that we have right now, that Tesla most likely will be a multi-trillion-dollar company, right? Then the robots, we all know that the robotaxis are, it's going to be inevitable, that most likely it will happen in the next 5 years, or maybe even sooner than that. And you know what? Tesla's not going to be done with that. Maybe eventually they start coming out with a new thing. Maybe they come out with helicopters or planes that are electric, right? I'm just making these things up, but you know what I'm saying. Like companies like Tesla, Apple, Amazon, they don't stop. Like who would have thought Apple a few years ago was going to get into the electric vehicle space? Which Apple is already starting to do that. Like that's what happens when you are hungry, even when you're at the top. That's how you stay on top, is by being a company that's innovative and is always hungry for more. And that's why I believe these companies I have here, you have to really like see the traits of the company, of how hungry are they, what are they coming out with, are they just staying in place, are they just improving on one product, or are they expanding and diversifying their company into different things. You start seeing Neo with the electric vehicles, and they have their battery as a service, and then Neo Day comes out, and they have the autonomous driving as a service, their thing where you can just pay monthly. And then we know that in the future, Neo's going to come out with more things, just like Tesla did, just like Apple did. And I'm not saying that Neo is comparable to them now, but maybe in the future it will be, especially since it is in China and it has such a big market over there that it can conquer. Same thing with any other big business in any other industry. When you are hungry in a company, when the company is hungry, they will continue to innovate, they will continue to grow, and they will continue to expand and become bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's just how it is. And once they stop doing that, that's when other companies catch up and beat them. See how Tesla starts beating every other car company because it was hungrier. All these other car companies before weren't looking at the future like Tesla was doing. And look at that. They are now behind, way behind. And Tesla is way ahead because it was innovative and they weren't just settling for what they already have. They want to continue to push the boundaries and see how far they can get. And they keep going even farther than that. And that's why I believe on these companies, like that's like I'm looking at Jumia, like this is more than an e-commerce. They're doing their own um food delivery. They're doing so many different things that I can't even name them all because my freaking mind is just blank right now. But same thing like Afria, making deals, making acquiring companies, making deals, acquiring companies, expanding. When you see those kind of companies, those are the companies that you just don't ever want to sell off until you start seeing them slack off, and then you have to find the next one. And that's what you gotta do. That's why I believe Neo has so much potential that we don't even know about. Like in 1 year from now and 2 years from now, when they come out with things, they start announcing things that they are already talking about that none of us actually know about. Prices just then you start thinking like, wow, maybe my price prediction right now is 200. They come out with something new. Maybe it's that maybe is a game changing that can push out the market cap to even more, making it more valuable. That's why I'm saying that I'm going to continue buying the companies I have because I believe that they will continue to innovate, continue to grow, and continue to dominate the spaces that they're in. And that's how you should feel about anything that you invest in companies or anything. All right. So that's my little quick video today. Just a little thing that I want to talk about. I believe in my companies that I own. Neil, I'm telling you, Neil's gonna be huge. Neil will be huge. Neil is gonna be life changing for many people.